Having met as students at the University of Pretoria, the couple have found success in financial management and developing residential properties. They love to build and grow, and their home is testament to this.
If there ever was an area that could be called the Garden of Eden, this would be it. We're here at the home of Jenny and Dion van der Walt for a peek inside their creation, nestled in the trees.
The lady of the house stopped working after her sons were born, but found a second career transforming properties.
Jenny, what an incredible lush entrance. What first attracted you to this property?
When we first found the property, we were driving down this little leafy lane, and it was an old house, but we fell in love with this beautiful camphor tree. It just was so amazing when we first saw it, and we realized, that this was a really special property.
Keeping these trees is part of a greening initiative that has seen the city named a Global Earth Hour capital by the World Wildlife Fund. With camphors living for centuries, this one lends the house a feeling of being part of nature's bigger picture.
The original house was a guest house. It had lots of small rooms, and we just wanted to open it up and make it large and airy and contemporary. So the architect wanted the house to be surrounded by water, so we've got this beautiful pond, and then I wanted a living wall. I love them and I think they're so gorgeous, so we managed to do the wall there, and I think it's stunning. It came out so nicely, and we wanted that floaty, airy, organic feel to it.
This is the fourth property which the Van der Walts have developed together with architect Anton Heyn. Through it all, Jenny has discovered a natural calling to design.
I believe you're responsible for the interior. What inspired the look?
The look, I think, was dictated by the house and the position, and just the fact that we wanted to bring the outside in and the greenery and make it feel calm and serene, and not something that will clash with the exterior and the nature that surrounds the property.
The decor is about layered textures and colors. A rough carpet on the floor lends intimacy and marks the seating area in a large open space.
I used lots of greys, white, a touch of black just for drama and warmth. We kept everything very simple.
And what furniture pieces did you bring in to complement the theme?
Well, first of all, for example, the dining room table, it's got a natural look to it with the curved edges, the way that, the trees would be in nature. The wooden slice coffee tables that I've used throughout. And then things like the Philips Stark mirror behind me that sort of reflects the greenery and lets the outside come in.
What advice would you give viewers who are looking to update their spaces?
I would say go with the style that you like and keep it simple. Less is more. I don't think you need to clutter a space to make it look interesting. I find that sometimes a bare wall with a nice view is much nicer than hanging a bunch of paintings on the wall. And if you do buy art, I think it's important to buy pieces that fit into your scheme. There should be a story that runs through it. We've gone for Belinda Basson, who's a very talented artist, and she made complementary pieces to the interior of the house. So everything is greys and blacks and whites with a touch of green again.
Using the same finishes throughout links the spaces and creates a flow. It makes the house seem larger because there are no fragmented spaces.
Jade, and as you can see, this is a beautiful space, and it's actually one of our favorite in the house. It's tranquil. Dion can sit and work, he can watch and see the garden. It's a very relaxing space.
I think everyone wishes they had an office like this. What a peaceful environment to work in.
It is a stunning environment to work in. In summer, we can open the sliding doors. You're on the water. It almost feels like you're floating. You have the lush green plants outside, and the water feature makes a beautiful noise, so it's a very calming space. But it's also nice that we each have our own space. I can be here reading a book, and Dion and the boys will be in the movie room watching movies and playing games.
Making furniture designed for each space actually saved costs. As for the wooden joinery throughout, it's a major compliment to local craftsmen.
Look at this view of the entire valley. This is incredible.
It is. It's a beautiful view. We try to incorporate, the view from all angles. So Anton did this beautiful floating glass box that gives you that light, airy feeling. You can see from Kirstenbosch Gardens over there, the Constantia Mountains, Constantia Valley, and on a beautiful day you see Musenberg from here.
How did you go about creating this sanctuary of yours?
Jade, we used the wood on the floor again. We also did a pendant in wood just to tie in with this warmth and natural look. Then I brought in black, a touch of moodiness, and makes the space feel intimate and creates a bit of drama. We also brought in green, so as you see, my son did a beautiful painting with some green touches, and then we have the shiny floor going through into the bathroom, which is an epoxy floor. We also used glass doors in the dressing room just to reflect more light and make it feel more clean and hygienic and spa-like. When you walk into the bathroom, you also have LEDs that light up as you enter the bathroom.
It's a place to bathe and shower in sunlight as much as water, with windows both sides and mirrors to reflect even more light.
And the other rooms? Are the views as breathtaking?
They are facing the same side as us, but they're on the opposite side of the house. They each have their own space. A beautiful room with an ensuite bathroom, LED lights that change color. So, you know, just to make it more funky and young.
Outside or in, the fittings, wood and clean lines are a lesson in the elegance of simplicity. Jenny described her vision and her team of artisans did wonders.
I think this is the neatest kitchen I've ever seen, very minimalistic.
Thank you, yes, that was the idea. We wanted a sleek kitchen, very chic, minimalistic. We brought in the warmth of the wood again with the cupboards and the table there. And then I wanted to hide everything. So you've got the integrated fridge freezer, you've got the hidden stove behind these doors, and then we added some interesting pendants and some funky LED, color-changing LEDs just to add a fun element. And the windows behind you slide open so that you're able to serve drinks to the pool and the bar outside.
Sounds like you've thought of everything and that you could throw some amazing parties here.
You can.
The Van der Vaarts weren't looking for a new home until they saw an ad in the paper and liked the garden. It was friend and architect Anton Hain who immediately suggested they buy it.
This property faces south, and many see this as a less than ideal element.
Southern views are probably the best by far. If you have a property that's located on the southern slope, you can enjoy the views to the south because they're lit up by the sun, and you then need to look at finding ways of bringing light and sun into the spaces, which we've done here. And if you look at the elements around you, each space has a steel structure that sort of floats on the concrete, and on areas where we don't need structure, we've filled in it with glass. And those all provide light and sun into all the spaces.
How did you develop the outdoor space?
The outdoor space is almost part of the indoor space. There's no sort of exact dividing line between outdoors and indoors, and everything on the other side's open. So once you open the sliding doors, inside space becomes the outside space, so it's a seamless transition.
Well, all that's left to do now is to enjoy this beautiful view in true Cape Townian style with a glass of wine by the fire.
Oh, absolutely. Cheers.
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 The pared-down clarity of this design gives it a timeless quality. Just as well if it's going to hold its own next to trees which may stand for 1,000 years.